Taking my feet off you are. See my hip rotation? My hips, for most people's hips, lubricating and warming up that hip joint. We're doing uppercut, ready? Double time.
Every time you come around, you know I can't say no. Every time the sun goes down, I let you take control. I can feel the paradise before my world implodes. And tonight had something wonderful. Bad habits lead to lies and alone. Conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to I stare into space, and I know I lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, I was looking for a while, yeah, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after time. It's true. My bad habits lead to you.
With or without weights? Come on, without weights. Double time. If I'm with weights,
Pure intention, man,
it's gonna be smaller.
a good time to start.
Got heart rate up.
Falling over everything to reach the first time spark.
Look at my arms, coordinate. Right arm down, right knee up. Right arm up, right knee up. Breathe, breathe,
I
breathe.
only know how to go too far. Bad habits lead to nice and alone. Conversations with a stranger I
Don't
barely
carry
know.
it up too much, guys.
This will be the last.
Breathe.
Probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do.
3,
My
2,
bad
1,
habits
quit.
lead to I stare into space.
Got my left arm back. When my left knee goes up.
Looking for a way, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after two. It's true.
I know I have problems.
Bad habits lead to
Here. Same thing.
bad habits lead to
Oh, it works. Good. Awesome. 10, 9,
love.
8, 7, hang in there. 6, 5,
Burn till the fun.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Splendid.
Conversations with
Real
a
heavy on the
stranger
dumbbell.
I barely know. Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to I stare in space, and I know I lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, I was looking for a way, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after two. It's true, it's true. My bad habits lead to
4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, another one. Probably gonna need to go lighter. Ready? To the side, slow it down. To the side. To the side. Because you want to think about 20. But thinking about 10, I assume the weight is heavy. That can be dangerous at this time. Sorry, it's not designed to be what you want it to be. It's designed for what I want it to be. Do what you want. Remember, I'm going to coach you to do this. You're going really heavy. You better be conscious that this is dangerous too heavy. Very dangerous. Not you got used to it. If I ask someone to come back and say, you're done, do this. Train wreck. You don't want that. So baby, come with me. Lisa and I chatted a little bit before. Myself, while saw me out there warming up. Better warm up. Baby, come with me. I'll warm up. 5, 4. But each one of you has your little thing going on. I want you to protect yourself. 2, and 1. And as instructors, most of us, we have other things we're doing. We don't come in here and think about each one of your problems. It'd be nice if we could. But that's why we call it class. It's not personalized. So if we, how do we know what your issue is today? So walk right here, I go a little heavier for more comfortable movement for the body. Front lateral, we call it. A lot of that front deltoid in the traps. Stay down low though, get in the pocket. So you're in this isometric contraction of the legs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 Mississippi, 2, and 1. I'm going to go a little heavier. We're going to change to a leg movement. Again, I'm deliberately moving you all over the place. Here we are. Arms on, back to the shoulder, but with a big lunge. Lateral lunge. Nobody likes these. Why? As humans, we don't move this way. Where in your life in the day are you moving this way? You're not. Come on now. Give me a song. You like it? So here it is. Now, for you go-getters that know you have healthy hips and shoulders, maybe you make it into a plyometric, which just means a skip. It's going to get your heart rate up higher. Some of you like this class because it's weight loaded, but it's got a cardio element. So your calorie burn is high. Not everybody can do this. Not everybody should.
Ahora son de mi alma querida, flor de mi jardín.
Here's the original.
No me dejes solo.
I don't even have to go overhead. I can say it just
Corazón de mi alma querida, flor de mi jardín. No me dejes solo, serrana que muero por ti.
and over. Or lay on your ball. Here. Rear shoulder. Rear shoulder. Rear.
Corazón de mi alma querida, flor de mi jardín.
You want to look at the
No
flat back?
me dejes solo, serrana que muero por ti.
Es mi corazón que te está llorando, y es tu indiferencia cercana que me está matando.
Another bar. Super honest. Now I'm flat. So much harder when I'm laying on the wall.
Tú eres
Probably not aware of it, but as instructors, there are type A perfectionists in every class, and then there are people that completely see everything else. There's some bad people, because they simply can't make connections. They don't see me doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to do it. Oh, who thinks this is easy? Never the hardest one. Three, two, Mississippi. One, okay. Now, I didn't grab a mat, but if you have one, here's one for my lower back people. This should be in your arsenal every morning and every night. You don't need weights. If you got a bad back, I wouldn't recommend the weight. But what do we call this one, Lisa? Been in a class a long time. This is called the pointer. It's called the pointer. Right up the trick. Trick or treat. So we call it the pointer because what does the pointer dog do? Supposedly, when you go hunting with a pointer dog, right? Hunter teaches that dog to actually point. In theory, I think it's true that they actually lift the paw and they make a movement kind of like this. And then they take off in a group of 5 or 2 or 1 and chase that fox down or turkey. So let's talk about what it's doing and why it's doing it. I don't know for her best benefit, in my opinion anyway, it's what I call crisscross applesauce. So she's got her right arm up, her left leg up, and the in-between right about here, where the lower back is what's really getting a nice, gentle, but effective flexion. At the same time, she's probably going to tell me right here is looking away. Lifting that dumbbell for most women and even guys at 5 pounds or 2 pounds on the shoulder feels quite annoying, am I wrong? Yeah. Not many people complain about the bump, so I want her flexing her gluteal, her hip, her hamstring. As she alternates, she's got super strong shoulders, so she's probably not finding her shoulder that much. I know her hip isn't bothering her. If I come to this side of the room, I want to coach Tisa to be cautious. If she was my one-on-one client, as we progress, yes, I'm going to put ankle weights on her. And make sure that she had equal load, upper and lower. And strengthen the hip, but also careful walking. If I know she has a hip problem, this could be a problem too. 3 people, 2 people. Oh, I'm so jacked up. And 1. So get on your mat. You don't have one. So you're on your back. Let's see, how many of you know you can do these punches? Sit ups. Really not sit ups. Stage terminology. It's called a crunch or a curl. Okay, this is going perfectly verbiage. This is a curl, okay, or a crunch. Notice that I'm bringing my knees up and my shoulder blades up to meet my elbow to the thigh or beyond. Look, I've been doing this for a long time. The most painstaking thing that a customer tells me right away, how do I get a 6-pack abs? It's not as common now, people trying to getting intelligent, that you can't exercise enough to make your 6-pack come out. It's your diet. It's not even necessarily that you have a bad diet, because you could have done a lot of damage in your 20s, 30s, and 40s. So if you're 60 like me, I could really suffer for probably 2 months and have sicko abs and come in here and show off and all of that. But I will be one miserable sort of a bum. My girlfriend will not like me. My customers will probably because I'm starving myself. To me, that's not natural. That's not a healthy position to suffer to a point that you're starving myself to make weight. Still, getting out with more most people my age. That's what matters to me. Mostly so when I'm doing stuff, I'm not puffing and puffing. Okay. How many of you, who counted? What's one of my gals or guys here who counted? I did 30. All right, so we're not there yet. Give me 20 more. Thank you for your honesty. 1, 2, I did 10. 3, 4. Now the tighter, watch me. The tighter I make my ball, clearly much harder than if I just kind of lift it up and do this half version. Both are going to have value, just be aware. If you're a halfway person, if you're not a type A perfectionist type person, then that's what you're going to get, sort of a half result. Again, none of this will give you six-pack abs, but I guarantee you, you'll hit the ball better, you'll fall less on ice, you'll wake up better, and you may or may not have any back problems in the future. That's another issue. Yeah, you can have really killer abs and core, and you still have back and hip problems. All right, now on the side. This side is way harder on the core because we don't move this way. The easiest one for my newbies is knee up, knee up. Notice I create a gap in my armpit, but I use my fingers. I don't want to push up my arm like this. That's ridiculous. I want to use a couple fingers and come up and meet that knee. A little stronger, straight leg. Straight leg. Again, for new persons, it's very doable. Okay? And if you're having a hard time with it, what should you be doing? You're thinking, oh my God, I need to practice this moment. It was for sure really at level 2, and I'm struggling. Now, as I get better, I might bring one knee in like so, or I might bring both knees in considerably harder. That's what my Michelle is over here. She's actually doing what's called a pipe, and she's keeping the legs straight. She's pushing her bum and hip into the floor and jackknifing, I guess is the other word, to get those legs up to meet her elbow and look at the gap. Keep my armpit in the floor and look what I'm using for my plant. 3 fingers, 4 fingers. Now I could have done these literally 1,000 when I was a go-getter. Now I'm more of a talker. But it's all relative. For each one of us, yeah. So how do you know? Good question. Let me switch. How do you know when it's time to switch? Because each one of us is going to be different. When it's just got to a point so annoying, or hopefully, what's the difference between good pain and bad pain? So good pain is that it's subtly getting harder and probably burning a little bit. And bad pain is right out of the gate, or early on, you feel a deep kind of pinching or stabbing feeling at the joint. That is not ever going to be a good pain. That is not something you want to play. And my best people in here are the folks that pull me aside, or I can see their pain. I'm going to walk in and say something to me. And I know they got an issue, and they need a little bit of coaching. We'll go back to Julie out there. I coach Julie, she coaches me. Because I see things that she's probably not going to say to herself. And I got enough to hold us up. Hey, I'm a cheater. It's great. Oh, yeah. Let's move on. Most of us deny the pain. Wrong. Grab your big ball. Could be a dumbbell. I'm going to come up. I'm going to swoop. The ball is nice because it's really a nice measurement. Notice I'm still leaned back quite a bit. If I come all the way up, I straighten my legs, and I come up and do this. What the hell is this doing? Absolutely nothing. Okay? Feet flat, folks. Up, twist. Follow it with your head, your eyes, lay down. Up, twist, and lay down. Up, twist, and lay down. You might twist 4 or 5 times. It's up to you. Twist. The hard part is the twisting. Usually the up is not the big deal. Twist. I did a late night spin last night. I didn't want to. I literally just cooked a beautiful swordfish. Guess what happened? I didn't eat the swordfish because I really got off the bike and it kind of killed my appetite. Wasted $25. I'm such a loser this way. I'm, I have a big background in investment, So my position with my girlfriend was, she brought home some California pizza salad and a couple slices of pizza. So I negotiated with her. All right, let's eat a little teeny, like a wedge, little teeny wedge pizza, personal pizza, and some salad. We got on the bike, we rode. And by the time I was over the ride, I didn't really want to eat the damn $25 piece of swordfish, which I will eat today for 9 minutes. Is it as good the next day? Guys,
It is at $25.
he's a dude, and some of them will say the same thing. He's not wrong, but when you have piping hot swordfish, it's perfectly cooked.
Yeah.
That is when you eat the damn fish. And I know my gal hates cold reheat food, and it's right. Damn right. Okay? So I don't rub it into it, but it was a little frustrating because I was like, hey, why are you bringing this food? It's free. I work for the CP Gallery now. So she gets it free. And I said, you know, I'm glad you're bringing the stuff home, but I don't want it to sort of replace the food that I'm paying stupid money for. Which, by the way, she's now paying for too. We got that out of the way. Okay, everybody up this. We're going to work harder now. Get some big weight. Whenever we go into big leg movements, unless you know you have a bad hip or knee or back, you should be loading like Michelle, okay, with injuries.
No,
I say this, you know. He's like, no, wait, hold on. But in relativity, I want you, in your best self, to make a judgment. If I'm going to do something heavy, all these muscles are your biggest for sure. So if you're going to go for it a little bit, this would be the move. But if you got a bad knee or a bad back or a bad hip, then you're right. You're 100% right. Don't make, and we know already, right? Knee an issue, so I love issue the modifier. What I would do to correct her a little bit, no, as her buddy, as your how did you get that yellow ball here? Did you like that yellow ball?
Smaller.
So smaller ball means what? Bigger squat. And I got my gal in the front. What? Because I know her knees are an issue, I'm going to show her what I would do if I was a trainer. You know I want to be a trainer, right? So here, what do you see her knees doing? Keep going. Her knees are jutting out in front of her toes. It's good that she's not going all the way down, but she's still not in the position we really want her to. I want her here, and I want her actually to sit on the ball. Where are my knees now? They're not anywhere near my toes. Keep going. So I'm going to save her. I'm going to give this beautiful ball designed for her. I want you, and I would even lose the weight, possibly. But sit right down, because you must go to the bathroom, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's where you have to go. So now get up, and I would even use my arms for momentum if you want. I want you to tell me you're okay. And I would even use the ball to bounce a little. Right? So I have clients that have all kinds of problems. I say, bounce on the damn ball to get a little momentum. Now I'm training her to get better without overloading her, and that knee is not coming over her toe. That's a big mistake, in my opinion. You know I'm always right. Okay, so now let's go to a lunge. Harder movement for sure. We have all kinds of lunges. A front one, I can stay in the same leg, I can alternate. I can go to the side lunge, which is where we started. Right? I can do a curtsy lunge. You come back, the most difficult in my opinion, especially for us knee hip issue people. This one is really tricky than back hind. My right hip right away said, what are you doing here? How much weight do we start with? So whenever I come down and to the side back, tricking out that thumb, this is your sweet spot. You tell me when you look in your mirror that you're not going, damn, that looks pretty good, or damn, that looks really bad. What happened to my bum? You know, around 40, maybe 37, but definitely 52. This is going to look a little less sexy than it did when you were 40.
Hey.
That
looks pretty good.
First of all,
And I'm 53. Proudly, I'll say that.
you're on a bomb, baby. I don't have anybody in this room that I wish to take off to meet my mom. Except for you, Paul. So I get it. We're all in that spectrum of when most people are really falling apart. There's nobody in my classes that I'm aware of, unless they show up really periodically, that probably isn't way above their knee. So it's probably cool to do. There is some truth to it. If you put the work in, you are going to have the results. You may not be the skinniest person on the beach, but I bet you've been out swimming, outperformed them, you know, volleyball, and maybe take a beach in your yard. No question, the lunch is much trickier than most things. Now, for my very big newbie person, I might have them just do what's called static, okay, or very sort of one-dimensional. And I would even say, all right, let's use the ball. That way they can push on the ball, they feel safe. A little bit of pressure. 3, 2, and 1. Let's grab some heavier dumbbells. I like to be up on something. It could just be a riser, so you don't need to be up on the steps like this. Just the top will work. I reach, and I come up. Like, what am I doing? So it seems like it's all lower back. It's definitely a lot of lower back. But I am elongating these hamstrings because they go right into my lower back. And I'm flexing from them. My bum and my hammies and my what's called your erectors or your lumbar. Here we have a freakish example of that. All guys have a very more similar background than mine. And I'm not normal really either, but for his flexibility for small man in his background, it's pretty unusual. Same thing with this guy. So she's lifting a lot of heavy weight. If we just went and looked at the heavy weight she's looking at, we would assume she'd have very crappy flexibility. But watching the other class, or some of the other things she does, it's just the opposite. She's paying attention to keeping her body limber. Supple. How do you spell supple? Is there a T there? Is it S-U-P-P-L-E? All right. But this is a sweet move. Now you get to show your booty. No. So she's not total straight lining, but as she goes over, wrong dress here, but yeah, what's going on here? And it's a good time because we spend a lot of time in the frontal movement, frontal plane. This is all backside. It's critical. If you go on this club, I bet you 60% of people have that problem. And they don't even know. Okay? All right, when you get done with that, keep those weights or something in your butt near heavy. Show me your best bench press or a push-up. So I like a heavy bench for most of you, or push-up, because this is a grounding movement. We call it a compound movement. And that just means that it's very one-dimensional. It's a power movement. Without Michelle going heavy here, she's never going to have the shoulder strength to do a push-up or to do a chin-up because she's never loaded heavy enough. These bad boys, she's at 25 today, and on her most women, all women, really out there with her. I know Ingrid could do it, she wanted to. But you know, sometimes you don't know what your capacity is. So, you know, if she wanted to really make that a goal in the next 6 months, I know you could. And I'm not saying do it.
No, I stuck yourself.
Yeah. And here's the thing, let's do this one. So you have Michelle's genetics and you have her genetics. We don't know for sure what's in their background. But just from a genetic discipline, okay? So we talk about what her background is, her family line. Michelle may just have a preponderance for heavy weight. She's built for it. They have some similarities in body type, really. A little more muscle on this side. But by no means a crazy, like, a scary looking woman. But, and that's partially because she's also paying attention to the other side. The flexibility. Do you know that out of 100 women here, there's at least 10 that are going to get huge like a dude and probably not realize they're doing that? Okay? So a very small percentage of that is definitely in their genetic plan. All right, now we go to fly. Same thing with guys. I tell you that I was 100 pounds, 114 as a senior in high school. Okay, I trained like a freak. My friends were all football players, 250, 300 pounds. I was an undefeated wrestler, so all undefeated was fun out with me because they couldn't believe I was winning my match the way I was. But I was just fast and wiry, and my brothers were all wrestlers, so I had someone to beat me up every day. I wasn't taking any crap on the wrestling now. However, That same small body made me a little self-conscious. So all my big boy friends got me into weightlifting. And then the next thing I know, I was 135. And then I was 155. And then I got to 185. And then finally, at about 190 pounds, I woke up as a bodybuilder and realized that I wasn't really doing myself any favors. Why am I walking around with 190 pounds in this frame? The ego as a short man with Napoleon syndrome kind of guy. However, that kind of weight is not healthy. I don't care if it's muscle or fat. And I would never use steroids. So as a bodybuilder, even though I was winning, I didn't get a success rate. To stay on that stage and win, you have to use steroids. And I would never. 4, 3, 2, probably the biggest and best decision I ever made in my life, and 1. And of course, I had people waving them in my face. Here I am at my tricep, again, a compound movement. So I like this overhead. Almost no one in here should have a problem with this particular movement, whereas the dips that we do a lot of times can be a problem. So right about 42, maybe 44, I stopped competitive bodybuilding because I went to the nationals, a natural bodybuilder, and I literally knew the women and the guys, you know, I've been doing this for about 15 years. They were using steroids. They were cheating the system, basically. They were in an all-natural bodybuilder, but using chemicals to get there. And the women were bigger than me. I mean, you could tell. And they had, you all heard of sports, they had the opportunity. Does everybody remember that? Yeah. That's a steroidal.
It is?
Yeah, the jawline is all. He also had 2 heart surgeries. He's admitted to the big person saying, but in his time, there were no doctors. Today, most of the professional bodybuilders have a doctor that prescribes them. So that doesn't happen. It's also not horse steroids. It's actually designed for humans. You're not going to look like an alien. All right, show me a back movement. So same idea. It's a compound movement. It's either a 1 arm or a 2 arm. Here's my 1 arm. Maybe I'm on the bench. But I would go ahead if I do 1. Then I'm going to do 2 on the knees over here. Yeah, so I was like, you know, like my dad being a super fitness guy. It was like I was brought up by this family. The family that lives. So what I've seen. Is hubby still in the club, by the way? You guys got this?
Yeah.
So,
He's amazing.
because I wondered whether he was going to, you know, glue would stick. And I kept seeing him, but it's very nice that your family, when you have a family where everybody aligns, guys, it makes it a lot easier. The food is better, the thinking is better, you're positively reinforcing each other. My dad, when I was like 8 to 10, we're going for a 10-mile run. What? You know, at 8 and 10, you don't really want to do that. There were very few people, even when I was in high school, that could keep up with me. Because I was used to doing that. It was part of my life. Switch sides. So if you've been doing onesies, Michelle and Lisa are, you're probably still working them. That's just fine. If you've been doing twosies like I was, sort of was, I'm now in bicep. And I'm alternating because I do believe that this becomes stressful on the lower back, whereas this I can go significantly heavier on each arm, and I'm alternating. I have to do an hour and a half drive. Has anybody been to Hubbardston? Yes. Anybody want to go to Hubbardston? Well, I met this woman at Wachusett Mountain.
No pineapple.
Apple Fest. Yeah. It's good. Luckily, she has an indoor hill, so you know my eyes are got stars in my eyes. She wants a heat pump for some pumps. And is aware that they make heat pumps for your pool, your indoor pool. Why would you want to have one outside when you can have one inside, right? So that's very cool technology. Heating anything with a heat pump is about 1/3 the cost of using the kind of heat systems that we grew up with. It's efficient, it's responsible to the planet. And yeah, she's got the money, wants me to come 3-hour drive, buy some heat pumps, and they don't know what's going on. I didn't meet many people to talk heat pumps at Wachusett Mountain for 2 days. I couldn't get the bump. It's the first one I've ever done. We spent $1,500 on the tent. We were like the best spot. And I was really pissed that day too, because I was like, this was such a waste of my time. But if I get 2 sales out of it, yeah, it'll take fun. for the company and for me. I went to do a Trinity church in Stoughton 2 weeks before. I think I got 20 leads, including the reverend said, "Can you do the church for us?" That'll be 60 grand. I mean, it's not a light job. So that's a big take from a church. There's a bunch of people trying to raise money to replace the roof. So I'm back to my military. This is where we started. We got a lot of time. I am talking a lot on that. So this one becomes very hard after doing the bench press, the rows from the back we just did. Shoulders are getting kind of fatigued. I also had a crazy customer. I love to tell the story. Crazy customer yesterday. Sometimes I want to ask you to give me a background or something you know. Sometimes people lose track of like who they are, how they be. There's a woman, I've been to her house 3.5 times. Beautiful property right on the lake. One heat pump. Almost not worth my time, to be honest with you. But I was new to still the company, so I go here. Don't know what I'm talking about. I upsell her to get a second one. Now you're here. Everything's going great. She's a sweetheart. Everybody's a sweetheart. The day I show up, they're always beautiful people. Sometimes they'll ghost me on telephone. I say, by the way, you can tell me you're not interested when you see the number. Just say yes. That way I can go on to somewhere else. Some people are ghosters. Get it. Be a person. Say no, I get it. Walk away. Anyway, we do business. The property's like this. It's on the side of a lake. There's already a Mitsubishi heat pump in the yard, so it looks very viable to me. I'm still new to the concept of pump fire. One for her son, one in the basement, one on each side. My boss is overseeing me to make sure I don't make mistakes. We find out as time goes on, she goes to Europe for 1 month, because we all can do that, right? Anyway, very nitty-gritty, detailed, needy. I've had 4 other people at her property, myself a couple of times. The inspector in the town will not allow us to put this compressor on the ledge. We need her to build either a fence or let us do this. It's a cost. We're not buying her fence. Anyway, go back and forth. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back here. Lighter weight or you're going to fry. So we said, all right, like, here's the reality. This other thing can't happen. Why would we want to deliberately throw a wrench into it? We want the sale. We want her to be happy. She starts to get sort of sneaky. Very short. He even says to me at one point, "You guys are so disorganized." You're just a customer. You have no idea what it takes to do this. It's a plumbing, electricians, it's carpenters. Now we're landscapers to get this property that's on a. You want your condenser, your compressor to roll down into the lake. You want the town to even allow us to do it, because if we put something in and it's illegal, we are liable. Well, right, so we tried, but she's just not hearing.
Andy, our neighbors have a heated driveway. I have never seen something like that.
Which is beautiful for New England. But again, this is the folks that are sort of, they have the disposable money and they know that a driveway can be a real hassle.
Yeah.
If it heats, you never have to deal with shoveling, and I would assume, and you don't have the slippery craziness of this. So
Yeah, but your firemen, the global heating.
So all of that being true, we're back here. Anyway, we finally say to her, okay, fine. We won't put the second one in. I've got like 3 guys there. She's freaking out of it. I told you, I tell everybody, until my guys get here, I cannot be certain, I'm not an installer, exactly what's going to happen. They sometimes find things in your wall or in your yard that just don't make it possible. She agrees to take the check, which I'm going to hand deliver. I'm going to drive 45 minutes 2 ways Because we don't want to get lost in the mail. We want to honor her and give her a check in. Then she changes her mind and says, okay, I'll put the fence in. I need to talk to my boyfriend. So I take a check, give it back to my boss, and kind of shake the sale at him. I didn't talk her into it. She just came to the conclusion. Anyway, probably the boyfriend said, well, he did. She said, it's going to be $400 for the fence. I'm not paying that. If you guys want to pay that, then I'll. We're like, why do you think you're leveraging us? One of my companies, a multi-millionaire. He doesn't know anything about it, but no, that's not what we do. So I said, fine, we're back to bringing you the check. Has a huge cancer, hangs up on me on the phone. Basically abuses me on the phone, hangs up on me. Now my whole team already knows he's difficult. So we're not like emotionally stressed out. But this is how she does life. The woman that's a massage therapist, and I actually have a licensed massage therapist. Where's all your karma? Where's all your peacefulness? Save that for your customers of the day. All right, here we go. We're back here again. Second set, right, Michelle? Big compound movement. If you're not going hard now, it's because I fried you in your shoulders. But this should be a big, powerful movement for you. Your head needs to be on the ball. Your hips are high. She says to me, I'm not dealing with you. She said, I'm paying $5,000 for one unit. I was only $8,400 for two. I said, yes, because you're buying two. We discount them because you're buying two. Where on the planet do you not know that when you buy a case of soda, it's cheaper per unit than it is if you buy one can? By the way, does anybody know that water is more expensive than gas by the bottle? Oh, yeah. Have you figured this out? Because if you haven't figured this out, what?
You can find one.
Well, you just water. Exactly. But I mean, like, we lose track of the reality of the world. Meanwhile, and I'm still upset, as you can tell I'm upset. I'm not satisfied with A, because I've done things better. Somehow, like, I said, look, if I can get the price to go down, I will, but I don't make the pricing.
But Andy, I can't, this is like pricing the thing. Like, shipping water from you over the
Well, clearly, and again, it's so, the standpoint of ecological, Perrier, I love, I drank all of them. What's the other one? The Italian one there. Yeah. I love this, but I got nothing to what you said. I'm the older guy. Because you're shipping things across the planet, so you can drink a little bubbly soda. That guy owns one of those things. What do they call it when you take your own soda? So I liked it for a while. They don't like cereal.
Well, you can ship water over water.
Well, they anyway, so this woman, I'm sure my boss probably gave her the $300, $500 off. But in reality, this is a painful person. I don't really care. 3, 2, 1, you're back to bend over row. It could be this. Or it could be this. I guess what I want to put out there, not that any of you came here for it, think about who you're being. Think about who you are as a consumer. Think about the person that's behind the gas station counter, trying to make a living, probably making $12, $15 an hour. Are you a sneaky, snappy, entitled person? Or are you, in all understanding that person may have done lots of things right in life, but just happens to be working here for an extra job to put their kid through college? I think you all know my partner is from Colombia. I have tremendous advantages on her because I speak those English pretty well. She actually has 2 master's degrees, but they're not really too useful in this country. So yeah, she's working at CP Cal. I have very different ideas of how things can be done to be efficient. My life is about efficiency. But I never disrespect her in a way unless the man's better than he has my heart. Even though some of these give me very good advice. Which, by the way, without using your names, I brought right back to us. Look, I don't think I'm crazy. I've met some people that are coaching me a little bit when I'm coaching them. You're a little bit needy. A little unreasonable. Like, who the hell do you know them? Her birthday's Monday. Halloween. Not only am I planning where we're going to go for the Halloween party, go dress up. And then I'm going to do, a beautiful dinner out for Monday night. Switch sides if you haven't done both sides, and then go back to your bicep curl. But I'm a planner. Guess how that rolled out? 5, 6 days ago, and I was really trying to pin her down. Are we going to a thing? Because I have to get our outfits. I have to decide, you know, do we need them? Are we just going to do makeup? I have lots of props at home. Are we going to go to the Halloween store and spend stupid money on a pre-made outfit? Can't get her pinned down
Why
until
don't you
yes.
bring her here on Saturday morning where it's dressing up?
Are you really? So I have the time. So I keep putting it back up. I have some fear about bringing her there because you guys might stick needles in her eyes. Though. There was a time when she actually liked coming here. I don't know whether she would be like, no.
It's a Halloween spin class.
Well, I do that.
I'm trying to help the audience.
It's not a bad idea. Although she does work Saturday. So she has Sunday
I'm
off.
only kidding.
But I'm sure that in the back of her mind, she's probably thinking, those women will kill me. He's been talking about it. I never understand her. Look, you know, I make my own decisions, and you know I love you to death. I have a personal friend who said the same thing. How do you communicate with this person? Her English is quite good now compared to when we met her. And you're like, why would you get a person? Because I've had a lot of intelligence, super intelligent women too. I can be a train wreck. I don't think it's really about intelligence as much as two strong personalities together. Anybody been in that one? It can be wonderful. But you can also have two really smart, strong people together. Just no one can sort of back down, take the lead role. So I'm now, what is this one? After your bicep, you go light. You've been cooking on these shoulders. This is probably the most critical shoulder movement you could do. It's called an external rotation. It is definitely a rotator cuff rehab movement. Any version of this, or you could do it to this floor or ball, this action here, and you need to be careful because if this weight is too heavy or you go too fast, you're going to really screw up your shoulder. And if I wanted to be a protagonist or antagonist to this, then I'd better on the floor would be, can I lift it? Ah! This is exactly what my shoulder needs more of. Ah! Good news is it's not hurting, it's just making me look on the left side. Who's in here after us? Anybody?
I don't know.
What did we go slack on today? What'd you say?
I gotta wrap up. Because I have to work.
Yeah.
Today's my birthday.
Anyway, we talked about a lot of good things. Heat pumps for water, Halloween.
Customers.
Exactly, customers. Who's excited about, I know she and I are about the room. And I said, pull that away. I call her a guy. I don't know. It is a guy. I don't want to be respectful. Guy, yes, because he had your ring. I couldn't care. I just didn't want to make a mistake and no one is fault.
I'm so used to. Yeah. You know what?
Oh, I couldn't care. He was a very nice person.
No, so nice.
Super.
I just couldn't figure it out. I don't know.
And somebody liked my comment.
But I haven't really, when the mouse is
Well, you know, he doesn't, he's probably used to it, aware. Even at Bossy, I work with a guy that went from total guy to a total, I mean, like full grown woman. And no one ever really addressed it.
He's so nice.
I'm sure they really wanted
I
it.
think that he has a nice house.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure either.
And on the other level, it's,
Yeah, of course.
because I know that, you all know that, Armor left, right? Or is he?
What?
Yeah, Armor's leaving. So he went to, well, he went to
The CrossFit guy?
No.
The other guy.
Armor for the
Oh,
dude.
he's leaving.
My handsome young man. You know, it's hard to get personal training like here. If I had to rely on this place for personal training,
He's still doing personal training, but he's
well, right. So you know, they go, which again, they're smart. Armor, you can still see your clients here. Why did they do that? Because they don't want them to take you over there. I mean, it's, you know, if they say, all right, you're bad, get out of here. He's definitely going to have clients who are saying, fine. I mean, you're not. And then on the other, so he had suggested that other people would leave the front desk. The front desk job is a hard job. Don't ever think that these poor kids that are working that thing.
No, my daughter did it for one winter. It is not
I
easy.
saw she was a sweetie pie. You know, I would watch her drag the cart with only 3 wheels.
It's not easy.
And I was like, to me, I'm like, dude, why would you make your employees drag? But their position is, if the cart kind of works, but she's spending $30. Her daughter
We get crazy
doesn't have to
people
short
coming in.
that dirty CD thing around.
With two casters on the top.
Yeah, and I remember they offered them, I think, $55 an hour to personal train there, which is better than what he was getting here. You know, when you're that age, this is not a kid that's not bright, by the way. The armor's like, dude, bodybuilding. He's a very, very bright, capable guy. And he deserves to make as much money as he can. I said, the best way to get what you want is to win or move on. Be nice, but guess what? I found another job. Which means Henry gets 4 hours.
You going to Hubbardston today?
Sure am.
That's nice of you.
Sell me some heat pump pool heaters.
Yeah, that's nice of you.
I don't even know. So this technology we weren't doing 2 weeks ago, but LG came in and did a major presentation. LG has heat pumps. So it's a heating system in your house, which is also an air conditioner. Could be on the wall. But it also will heat your pool. It's kind of like having a driveway to the TV. If you can own it and you got the money, why not, right? Cynthia, I'll call you officially. Well, but you know, like I happen to be here on Sunday, so. Or Monday. Yeah. When you say you're like being
Better? Okay. Yeah. 16, 14.
Hey, kid, come on.
14 and 8, not a real one.
And you're still alive? Okay, so let's text or I have your number now.
Oh, you do? Okay,
We'll
good.
text you at 8 to make lock that down. By the way, so guys, I'm going to be here at 8. Who else would like to see me for free? I'm going to have some time before my next class. It's free, I'm proud of that. And you, Lisa, even though you're here all the time. Anybody that has issues and problems, it's much easier for me to deal with when I'm in your face.
Well, I thank you for your
Yeah,
advice.
you don't need me. I know you get a lot.
Yeah, look,
But just know that that's available. You know, again, I think, you know, that many things you can get out of the club, if it offers them, take advantage of it. Not all clubs do this. Hey, I'm here 8 to 9. No, it's good.
thanks, Andy.
We'll blow it up. Thank you. That's a
Sorry
good
about
time.
Sorry about that.